How much do you plan on making once you graduate?
10,000 per month.
19?
80? 200?
150 to 200k.
100K.
Edging 100,000.
100,000.
Alright, I'm asking 100 students what their major is, what they want to do after graduating, and how much they're gonna get paid. Let's go.
Psychology.
Psychology.
I'm trying to find a work and apply for graduate school. I have no idea. Sorry. I have no idea.
And what's your major?
My major is computer science and engineering. I was always really invested into technology and the scale at what technology can bring.
When you graduate, what would be starting pay?
I personally have a job right after college lined up for my internship. 190 for total comp, 190K.
I'm an English PhD student, hoping to become an English professor or teach at a university in some capacity. Average pay would be anywhere from like 50K to like 100K. So
anthropology. Planning on doing research.
How much do you plan on making once you graduate?
$4,000 a month.
My major is chemistry.
Double majoring international relations and business admin.
My major is aerospace engineering. I think I want to be a PA for OBGYNs.
I'm trying to do like international stock trade. I'm trying to work for the government, low-key.
Alright.
We'll see what happens.
When you guys get that position, like what would be the average salary?
Position-wise, building up. Hopefully build up to a nice 100K, 200K a year.
I'm hoping for the same.
Yeah, me as well.
Kind of six-figure salary is the goal.
The goal. Eventually.
Yeah.
What are you guys' majors?
We're majoring in computer science.
What do you want to do with that after you graduate?
Kind of figuring it out, kind of exploring things here.
Hopefully we'll figure it out by the end of our course.
Yeah. What would be the average salary that?
Hopefully around 150 to 200k.
That would be starting.
Yeah.
I'm a literary journalism major. I might go into journalism, but the main thing I want to do is be a professional musician.
Right.
I would just want to live comfortably, or maybe around $90,000 to $100,000 a year.
What instrument do you play?
I play the bass guitar. I also play guitar and drums.
Any social media?
Instagram is Elson_Gibb.
I'm a public health sciences major.
I'm a busy econ major.
I want to go into nursing. I might go get my RN or BSN.
I want to just get like to a tech company.
Like anywhere from 70 to 80, maybe, average annual salary.
You had a guess.
I could not.
Okay.
I really don't look into any.
That's fine. Thank you guys. Hey, excuse me, quick question. I'm making these videos with students where I just ask basic questions.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
CS major. I want to go into machine learning and stuff.
And yours?
I'm also a CS major. I want to make a lot of money. Probably at a big company, but yeah, we'll see.
What do you guys plan on making?
And I see those TikToks where there's guys from the Bay and they're making like 300k. So that's the end goal. I'll start off like 90 to 100. I'm trying to make six figures.
I'm a drama major.
What do you want to do after you graduate?
That's just audition.
You want to be an actress?
I want to be an actress.
When you become an actress, what would be like the average salary that you're looking for?
What do I want or what's like realistic?
What do you want?
I'm just gonna go with like 60K.
What would be the realistic figure?
Well, it depends on work. So maybe like 10 to 20K a year.
And what is your social media?
Instagram, it's simply Angelique_.
What are you studying?
Microbiology, immunology. I'm most likely going to go for a PhD.
And how much would they pay?
Somewhere around 90.
I am an aerospace engineer. I plan on working for a company like Boeing or NASA after I graduate. I think it pays around 78, but I think the median is upwards to like 150.
Psychological science. Going to marriage and family therapy, so yeah, either a PsyD or a master's.
The average salary?
I'm not sure. I'm scared to look into it.
Have you had a guess?
In the six figures, like lower six figures probably.
My major is game development and interactive media. After I graduate, I want to pursue a career inside of game design, producing games basically with programming. Average salary is somewhere around 70 to 80K a year.
I'm a sociology major, thinking of pursuing a minor in education as well. Thinking of getting a master's and my teaching credential.
What do you expect to make?
Probably not that much as a starting out teacher, maybe like 50,000.
My major is computer science. After I graduate, I'll probably want UI UX design. Basically, software engineer, but like mostly user interface. Yeah. If I have time, make a side job. I like art as well, so
Average salary.
maybe like 100 to 200 would be like starting point for me.
I'm a math major.
I'm a psych major,
I think I want to go into finance.
and I want to be a therapist.
Hopefully we're in the hundreds of thousands.
Right. Definitely like 80K.
That would be starting, right?
Yeah,
That's what we're aiming for.
Yes.
So I'm undeclared, but I'm trying to switch to computer science. I think starting salary is like 90,000.
My major is chemical engineering. I'm working in chemical engineering department. I plan to be associate professor. Pay, I think it depends. Assistant professor, I think it starts at 100.
While I'm majoring in biological science, planning on going to medical school. I want to specialize in surgery. So I'll be making around like 300,000. That's like the base salary.
My major is pharmaceutical sciences. I want to go to pharmacy school.
And what would you get pay-wise once you get that job in pharmacy?
I'm not sure.
had
Maybe
a
like
guess.
in the 100,000.
100,000. What would be like the max if you?
200. I think so.
Civil engineering.
Biological sciences.
After I get my bachelor's, I'm looking to go to like Caltrans probably.
I plan on taking a couple of gap years off and then applying to medical school.
Starting salary would be like around 90, and then average is about like 120.
Before med school, 30K to 60K. After med school, median salary of like 100K.
My major is public health policy. Probably look for work and pursue my master's degree. Around 70K to 100K probably.
My major is software engineering. After I graduate, I would like to go into something related to machine learning. After a few years in the industry, I think it's like 6 figures.
We're both game design majors.
East Asian cultures major.
Afterwards, well, me and her, game industry, hopefully, indie, big AAA, we don't know.
Whichever. I really would like to start at like indie because that sounds like easier to kind of get my foot in. I would like to go into foreign trade or something like foreign policies.
Last time I looked it up, I think it's 70K.
50K?
I'm majoring in mechanical engineering. I'll probably go to industry or I'll get like a master's or a PhD. The average starting pay nationwide is like high 70,000, I think. California, it's higher as a mechanical engineer. It's like in the 70s, and I think it even depends like company you're working for, like a startup. It's a pretty dynamic career where you can branch out. This is my understanding, that you can branch out and you can do, systems engineering or like marketing, like a lot of opportunities, I think.
Biomedical engineering. I want to go into artificial organ making.
What would be like the average salary?
I think around 200K yearly.
My major is computer science. I plan on doing web development, front end, back end, all that good stuff. So average pay, I think it's at least 3 figures, maybe. I'm kind of not really in it for the money. I really just enjoy like coding. I really think technology is the future. So
My major is political science. After I graduate at UCI, I want to go to law school and pursue becoming a lawyer in the criminal law.
The average salary once you get that job?
My profession, there's like these preconceived notions that you make a lot of money in this field, but I'm just really passionate about what I do. I like it. It's one of my favorite things that I've done, so that's why I'm pursuing it. Money doesn't really matter at the moment.
My major is I'm doing a PhD in education. I would like to become an assistant professor. Oh, the average salary 70 and 90,000 a year.
Well, I'm a psychological science major. I want to become a therapist. I am not sure, but I know it's not that high.
Okay, if you had a guess maybe?
It's about like 40,000 to 60,000 is about the range.
Which major?
business.
What do you plan on making once you graduate?
Millions.
Millions? Okay.
I'll sell my own business.
I'm a criminology major and I want to go into law.
I'm majoring in public health sciences. I'm planning on becoming a physician assistant afterwards. Beginning might be like around 90 to 100.
It depends what type of law I go into, what type of lawyer I want to be.
Right now I'm a biosci major and I'm planning to go to vet school after. Well, obviously it varies, but it could be over 100K. In the country, we lack a lot of vets. I think in California the pay is high.
My name is Mario Camacho II. I'm a bio major and I'm hoping I can take the pre-med route and hopefully be a doctor. Hopefully specialize something in like maybe orthopedics, maybe like pediatrician, something along those lines. Just something big. I'm aiming big. Annual salary for specialized doctors over 200K every year. Like 7 to 12 years of school. So
what major are you?
Psychology and education. I'm planning to become a therapist. How much money? Like around 60,000.
I'm a biological sciences major at UCF.
Graduate.
I plan on going to med school to become a surgeon. Average salary, I would say, is around 300,000, but right now I'm not worried about the salary.
I'm an English major.
And what do you plan on doing with that?
Either work in publishing or go to law school.
How much do you plan on making after you graduate?
At least 80,000 a year starting salary.
Starting
And
in-
like going up, yeah. Probably like 100, at least 100,000 hopefully.
Masters in embedded systems. What would be like the pay range once you graduate?
I don't know. I don't really care about pay. I know I'll get paid well. Probably doing something I like.
Psychological science. I'm basically hoping to either go into like more of the industrial organizational psychology route, so that would mostly entail going into HR. If not, I'll probably take a gap year and then go to graduate school for probably clinical counseling.
Wow, so you got it all planned out, huh?
Yeah, I have backup plans.
Then how much do you plan on making once you graduate?
Like 48,000. I think I would be okay with that. I think max pay could probably be up like in 70,000 hopefully.
I'm a physics major. I want to do research in astronomy.
And how much would you get paid average?
80,000.
I'm studying film and media studies and Asian American studies.
What do you plan on doing after?
I don't know, maybe like freelancing. I'm like a creative storyteller to probably go into the film industry and just pick up jobs.
What range, like pay-wise, would you?
If you work in like corporate, like film industries, you can make a good living, but no work-life balance. I think in the beginning, I probably won't make much. Yeah, I'm on social media. It's at Rahana Marita.
I'm a double criminology sociology major with a minor in international relations.
That's a mouthful, okay.
Yeah. I want to be a federal agent in either homicide or anti-terrorism.
How much do you plan on making once you graduate?
Between 80 and 110,000.
Political science. Probably want to work in government, not politics necessarily, but like state agency, like land management, forest service, national park, probably 100,000 plus or something like that.
Our major is drama. Hopefully like acting in Hollywood or something.
I want to be a sound designer. I don't know. Right after? Yeah. I'm getting none. Yeah, me too. I mean, if I work for a bit, I would probably go for like 3 or 5K at the beginning. Yeah.
Physics and math and anthropology.
I'm a graduate student here. My major is electrical and computer engineering. Okay, so after applying, I want to start up my own business, and my goal is like 35,000 US dollars.
Probably apply to grad school. The average salary is like 23,000 a year. Maximum is like 25,000.
I'm electrical engineering and computer engineering double major.
You want to do after you graduate?
I think something in software, I'm not sure yet. Definitely somewhere like more tech-based.
The average salary once you get there?
I don't know, 90K to 100K.
My major is computer engineering.
What do you plan on doing after you graduate?
They're a tech company, and I don't know, go back to my home country.
Where are you from?
China.
How much do you think you can make once you graduate and get a job?
2,000 a month.
Maybe 100,000 a year.
Almost.
Chemical engineering. I'm thinking about something related to management.
Like how much would you get paid?
Probably like 5,000 per month.
Major is criminology. I plan on joining the U.S. Marshals. In the training camp, you're averaging about 45,000, but it's just training. So starting off, I want to say it's anywhere, I think it's around 70, 75.
My major is sociology and SPPS. I plan to go to graduate school for social work. After getting my master's, hopefully around like 70 to 80K if I get like the right position for it.
All right, what's your major?
Film and media studies.
What do you plan on doing after you graduate?
Something in like the film industry, script writing, or something like that.
What would you make once you graduate? And what's your goal?
My goal? 75.
I'm a chemical engineering major. I want to be a cosmetic chemist, like formulating makeup products and beauty products.
How much would you make?
Probably like 80.
80K. Excuse me, I'm doing these videos with students. I just ask like what your major is and how much you get. And so what are you studying?
Neurobio. I want to go to medical school. I want to work in a hospital, preferably like a teaching hospital, so I can also teach future doctors.
And how much would they pay?
I haven't really thought about that.
I study creative writing here. I'm a third-year grad student. Hopefully teaching. Gonna apply, I think, to PhDs after this, but hopefully teaching. Part of what you do here is you teach. That's part of how your degree is funded, and I found that I really, really enjoy it. What we end up making here is about $22,000 a year, which is not super livable. Maybe I would want to find somewhere cheaper.
What are you studying? Psychology, but I'm doing pre-med too. Medical school, specifically podiatry, specialize in feet. So like athletes, people with diabetes, amputations, things like that. If I get into medical school right after I graduate, it would be 4 years. I'd start working as doing residency, start getting paid, but not fully doing residency. So looking at 8 years, it ranges anywhere from 250 to like 450.
I'm studying biological science right now, but recently I've also been interested in like UI UX. So I'm minoring in Asian American studies. So I've been thinking about like going into dentistry. I probably will take like a gap year or two. UI UX is probably I think 100K or above. Maybe dip my foot in and then probably apply to dental school after that.
What is your major?
Sociology. I'm hoping to specialize in mental health trauma and do some research, eventually get into the master's program of social work.
Like what average salary?
Like this mental specialist, they get paid around 30 an hour. Might be less than that.
I'm a chemistry major and I still don't know what to do after.
Average pay when
Around 50.
the max pay if you
120.
I'm currently undeclared, but I do want to declare criminology, law, and society. So I have an uncle who's a trial lawyer, and I went to one of his trials over the summer, and it was super interesting to me. So hopefully, my hope is that I'll go into some sort of trial law or maybe criminal defense. I don't know what starting salary is, but I know that average can be around like 120 to maybe 200K.
I'm an English major.
I'm also an English major.
I want to be an author.
Same, maybe as like a backup, maybe law school, I don't know yet.
It depends on where I'm writing, but it should be around 40,000 a year.
50.
I'm a public health science major. I just know that I want to be able to contribute to helping lower income families and children getting the medical and health care that they need. I hope that like my major will help me find that. In terms of salary, well, since I don't know like a specific occupation just yet, hopefully I'll be able to make somewhere around like 80K as well, or like more like 100,000 annually. Hopefully I'll be able to achieve that, like make my parents proud, make myself proud, stuff like that.
Sociology.
We're both in sociology.
Yeah.
I want to be a professor. That's the dream job.
Same. I want to be a professor at like a public university. Like average for an assistant professor is like ranging from like 70 to 80.
Entry level maybe 70.
Yeah.
Eventually maybe over 100.
So what's your major?
My major is computer science.
What do you plan on doing with that after?
And just work like in a team.
How much do you plan on making after?
I would guess it would be 6-figure range.
I'm an environmental engineering major. I want to go to law school and eventually work in Congress.
What would be your average salary when you graduate?
Oh, 250?
I didn't expect that.
Hi, I'm currently undeclared, but I'm switching into business admin next year. I plan on going to law school after this and then hopefully joining the district attorney's office.
Well, you got it all planned out, huh?
Just a little bit.
What would be like the average salary when you get there?
Jeez, for the district attorney's office, I think edging 100,000. Yeah.
Nice, not bad. What are you studying?
I'm studying law because law goes into everything, but yeah, it was interesting to me and I wanted to understand it. But also like the opportunities that comes with it as well.
The average pay?
Actually, I think like starting out like 3,500 maybe. If you're doing it with people, if you have gotten into trouble in any way, usually paid less. If you're working with companies, like you'll make a lot of money.
Economics. I'm double in education science and sociology. Being an HR.
It's like what would be the average salary?
$1,000.
What?
I really don't know.
My major is chemistry.
I actually plan to pursue a PhD and then hopefully go into industry. Well, first doing a PhD, that's about 30 to 40K, and then hopefully industry starting should be about 80K. The max, I would say probably around 150K. Probably earn a lot more with a PhD.
I'm in biomedical engineering, pre-medical.
What would your average salary be?
I'm majoring in education right now.
What do you want to do with that after?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to switch my major. I think honestly, I'm just still figuring myself out. There's a lot of things out there that I haven't discovered, so I don't have a definite answer for you right now, actually.
Computer science, computer engineering,
business econ.
like a good job, paid good job.
I plan on doing an MBA and then joining my father's business.
Maybe 9,000-10,000 per month. Nine. I'll go for package. I feel like 1 lakh. 100K.
Business econ majors starting maybe 60-70.
Hi, my name's Ruby. I'm studying sociology. I'm actually a second-year PhD student. After I graduate, I want to teach at a university. It doesn't have to be an R1 like UCI. I'd settle for even community college. I think teaching at an R1 would make about 100 a year, so I'd say maybe like 60 or so at a community college.
So currently I'm a pharmaceutical major. I would want to do 5 years graduate from here and get like a job for a research lab.
What would be like the average salary once you graduate? And
Probably around 50K. Max would be like 70K.
So what's your major?
Sociology. I want to be a counselor, so come back and do grad program for counseling.
Okay. What would be like the average pay?
Since I talked to my community college counselor, she said about 100,000.
Nice. What's your major?
Sophomore in film and media studies. I plan to go through the production side and become an assistant director.
What's like the average salary?
I would say around 100 an hour.
My major is I'm a graduate student in the School of Education. The next step is to go into the research world.
The average pay once you get there?
Maybe $5,000 more.
My major is psychological sciences. I'm considering something like in a business somewhere or maybe like federal agencies. Maybe like just starting in around 50K a year max. Maybe like over 100K, maybe like 150K.
What is your major? No, you're good.
It's political science.
What do you want to do after you graduate?
Actually, nothing with political science. That's just funny. I want to go into kinesiology, so I'm going into biotech. And starting now, I think it's like 100K, and then it moves up from there.
I'm in urban studies and quantitative econs. I want to find a job first. Maybe I'll go to graduate school.
And you get a job, like what would be the average salary that
Like 70 or 80,000 per year.
What's your major?
Mechanical engineering. I always liked design and science and physics. It was a combination of money and opportunities. I think mechanical engineering is cool because you're not just limited to like one facet of engineering. You can kind of like explore. Defense industry pays the most, I would say. And defense is like usually like 70 to like 90s. Like every other industry is probably like you'll be around 70s, like high 60s and 70s.
So what's your major?
Psychological sciences, but I'm switching to bio-sci next quarter. I want to pursue research, specifically stem cell research. Starting pay, I believe, is my mentor. Her is like around 110K, but she also has lots of like experience. So starting pay was like 80 to 90K.
Okay, so what was your major?
Public health science.
And what was your
Computer
major?
science. I want to help people. I was thinking maybe nursing one day, EMT, something like that. Anywhere from like $17 to $22 an hour.
I'm a computer science major. I'm a third year. And I want to get into software engineering. Not completely sure like what aspect of it, but probably end up moving to like Silicon Valley, Bay Area, get a job. They normally pay around like 70, 80K. But I believe that pretty much everything's gonna be like taken over by technology one day. So if I know how to code the technology, then like I'll still have a job.